Yep. Welcome to the
What's up?
HBCU podcast. We're here with another one.
Episode 3.
Yeah, as you already know, if you watched the last couple episodes, I'm Hashim, and this is my co-host,
Bobby K. You know what I'm saying? Good rising, good people. You know what I'm saying? We got another good episode for you, as usual. So let's tap in.
Yeah, but starting today, we're gonna start each episode with like a fun fact with HBCU colleges.
Mm-hmm.
And every day is gonna be different. Every podcast, I say, every week is gonna be different. But today, Bobby has his fact today, and if you want to share that with the people.
Yes. So we're introducing this new segment to the start of the show. It's going to be the HBCU Fun Facts. Today's version will be on Morehouse College. I'm sure many of you have heard of it. They're located in Atlanta, Georgia. And the fun fact for today is that they are the #1 producer for Black men in receiving their doctorates in STEM fields, which is something Hashim studied, as well as education, arts, and humanities. So they're a very prestigious HBCU. We just introducing this new segment because we feel like if we're going to play off the name for our name of the podcast, we should give them a shout out. You know what I'm saying? So we're always trying to elevate ourselves.
Yes, sir. So shout out to STEM. You already
Yes.
know the vibes.
Yes.
And we're gonna get ready.
School of business. You know what I'm saying? Business admin. Majors. All y'all out there. You know what I'm saying? That was my major. So shout out to all for
Respect it. So I'm gonna go into today's topic of. Wow, I definitely forgot. It was just on the tip of my head.
That's why I'm here with you. Time management.
Yeah. All right, so time management. We're getting to the topic of time management. This is more geared towards like college students, and how we're gonna talk about how each of us had our experience with time management within college. So I'm gonna start off, and me personally, I think college is all about time management. If you're good at time management, you're good at college. You don't have to be the smartest person, as long as you schedule out how you're going to study for something and not wait till the last minute, you'll be all right. You'll be one of the top people in your class. That's how I feel personally.
I 100% agree with that. I think, I told you this before, I feel like for college, the main skill you learn is not networking, it's time management. Because like when you're growing up, you're used to, someone waking you up. You're used to, what I'm saying, having a school bus take you to school. Certain luxuries, that don't seem like luxuries when you're a kid, you're used to. So when you go off to college and you're dorming, especially, I mean, the independency kicks in fast. And the first thing you have to learn is time management throughout your entire day, for the whole week and for the whole semester.
Facts. Like, I know one of the first things that I noticed, those 8 a.m. classes are not the same. Like waking up for an 8 a.m. class in college is not the same as waking up for, you probably went to high school at like 6:45, 7 o'clock, and you're thinking, yeah, I could take 8 a.m. classes. They'll be like, no.
First of all, the amount of time for the classes is not the same. In high school, you're taking an 8 a.m. class that's like 40 minutes. In college, you're taking an 8 a.m. class that's like an hour and 20, an hour and 30 minutes.
Hour 20, it could be 3 hours if you have like, like a long one lecture with like a lab.
Yeah. So you got to be rested. Like, that's another thing, part of the time management too, that we're going to get into. Getting rest, being, your sleep schedule.
Yeah.
You can't get away with certain shit.
I can't talk about sleep schedule because my sleep schedule in college is horrible. I pulled an all-nighter every single semester that I've been in college. Multiple all-nighters.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm a chronic procrastinator. So it'd be like, I remember I had an essay for like this history class, and it had to be 10 pages. And it's a research paper, so you have to find your articles, find your documents to put in, and you can't plagiarize, which makes it more annoying. Double space, so made it a little light. And then I think the night before, I had like I had it scheduled out, so I had it like, all right, I knew my topic, I knew what I was gonna say for the introduction, and that's like the hardest part. Once you get the introduction, you're good for the rest of the essay. Basically, you just gotta
once you know your thesis statement, you can structure the paragraphs perfectly. That's a fact.
But keep in mind, it's 10 pages. This is my first 10-page paper. I had 2 energy drinks. Slept.
That was your first problem.
I had to stay up, bro. Like
I feel you, but that's energy drinks, no go. I know sidebar. Yeah, bro. I had my first energy drinks when I was like 13. I had a Monster. I had 2 of them like separate times. Never drunk one again. That shit is a dub. Bro, people do not drink that bullshit.
Look, I agree, but you gotta do what you gotta do to stay awake. I tried drinking water, and I'm finding myself dozing off like that, typing, and I'm typing, and then I doze off, and I look at my paper, and it's like H, and I have the backspace. So energy drink, and then after I finished the paper around like 7 a.m. And I remember I think I had like the class at like 9:30, and I was like, should I? I think it's like 8. I was like, should I take a nap? Like, I'm really tired, but if I take a nap, I'm probably not waking up.
Yeah, that's the worst feeling.
I did take a nap though. I set an alarm, and my alarm is
bold.
My alarm is the iPhone like emergency alarm. You know, the burn, yeah,
that bullshit.
And I was like, all right, I'm gonna set this alarm. I'm gonna set like 3 alarms, like 7:30, 7:35, 7:40, 7:43. And I woke up in time. Yeah, I woke up in time, and I was like, that's close. And then I handed out my paper. I got an A on the paper though. So procrastination is not always bad if you can perform well under pressure. It builds character.
Procrastination is time management's worst enemy. To me.
Yeah.
Because I have an issue with procrastination myself, like even outside of college, even with like wanting to write like poems or stuff like that, like ideas I've had for a while, and like, but just having the energy to do it. And in college, that's like, it's like tenfold. I remember my first time, like my first day at OS, like, you know, I had like 2 classes. I think I had a morning class and then I had an afternoon class. And I don't know about you, but there's a thing called a common hour.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, a common hour is basically an hour in a day in which like there's no classes. Everyone's outside. Everyone's on campus. It's very active. You know what I'm saying? People's getting food. People at the gym. Everybody's doing shit, right? So I'm getting acclimated to this. So, because the first day you get in the syllabus, you reading over that, shit. No one looks at it after the first week. Let's keep it real. But, you get the syllabus.
That's cap. But go ahead.
That's not cap.
I'd be looking at the syllabus because you'd be like, all right, when do I have a test? Because some teachers they say, oh, the test was on syllabus. You didn't look at syllabus? I don't have to remind you about that.
Oh, okay, yeah. Some professors are sneaky like that, but most of the time they don't have like the tests or the quizzes. They usually just have maybe like assignments, like homework assignments on there, or like what like chapters are going to be going over throughout the week. Yeah. But like in terms of actual, what?
I was gonna say also like at the end of the semester when you're like, what grade do I need to get to pass this class?
Exactly.
You're looking at the syllabus to see like, if I
look in your book bag to find it.
Yeah, you'd be like, I got like 100% on homework. Quizzes, if I get like a 110 on this test, then I get like a C. But that's really how it'd be like in college. But go ahead.
You reading my mind, bro. That shit is crazy. But yeah, that's a fact though. you definitely start manipulating the score and trying to figure out like how can you get this grade, and okay, if I piece this together, can I get some extra credit? You know what I'm saying? But back to, so yeah, first day, like I had a morning class. I think it was like a 10-20 class. Then it was common hour, and then I had an afternoon class. And I think I was done for the rest of the day. And like I went back to my hall, and I think I went to the lobby, like where the lobby were. I mean, we had a pool table, TV, stuff like that, couches. And then I went to my room, and I'm like, it's like 4:00. And mind you, you know what I'm saying? The semester starts in August. So it's basically summertime.
Yeah.
So it don't get dark until like 9:00. I'm just sitting there like, I don't know what the fuck to do for the rest of the day. And it's like, that changes so quickly because immediately, like the second week, you start getting homework, you start getting assignments, you know what I'm saying? Like you start having like, we had a thing called Club Bash where we was in the campus center and you have all these stations and tablings of different clubs to join. And you're just trying to figure out, okay, how can I make the most out of this experience? Because that's what college is. Like a lot of people feel like college is a scam to a certain degree. It is to a certain degree. I mean, fact that we have to pay for fucking textbooks, like, and sometimes we don't even use them.
Transportation fee, college fee, which I still don't know to this day what that is.
FAFSA, dealing with FAFSA, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many different elements of college that's very taxing emotionally, unnecessarily. But the one thing it does teach you, though, is having discipline. And the discipline comes in how you manage your day. You know what I'm saying? If you could utilize the day to not only go to your classes, but to join the program, join clubs, you know what I'm saying? Maybe do a workout and, interacting with different people, then you're really using that college experience to the fullest for your own individual growth. So that's where the time management, kind of the essence of it, even early on as a freshman, you really get introduced to it. And you figure like, damn, why didn't we learn this more before we got here? Yeah. Because what about the people who don't go to school, who don't go to college, who don't, go to universities? Yeah. How do they learn the importance of that?
They don't. It depends on the person, but yeah, you get thrown into college, and a lot in high school, a lot of teachers will always say, "Oh, that won't roll in college. You can't wear your hats in college. You can't wait till the last minute in college. The professors won't let you. The professors don't care in college. Some professors don't care because
they do not give a damn.
Your
bro.
Money.
Yes,
it's your money, and if you don't go to class, they'll be like, okay, I don't care. I might have like 30, 40 other students. I don't really care.
I've slept in class a few times when I was in school.
Yeah. I was about to say,
don't lie. Don't lie.
I be pulling all nighters, bro. And I still go to class.
I did too. I did too.
And it's a struggle. But I remember, like, me in high school, I didn't study for tests really. Like, I just paid attention in class, and I'll be able to get good grades on the test. Either I pay attention in class, and then like I study like the day before, and I'll be all right. And that didn't roll in college. I remember I took.
But it's also because of your major too, though. You have to keep that in mind. Different majors have different difficulty levels. So if you're a business major, or like a music major, for example, too. Or I don't want to say a music major, but if you're a major that is more or less more generic, I guess, or vague, certain classes you can kind of get away with bullshit and studying and still do well in the class. Because I know there's certain classes I did good in that I for sure didn't study that much in. But if you're like an engineering, law, medical, something of that high degree of difficulty, you can't do that bullshit. You have to be on top of it in terms of really being focused and looking over the material that is discussed in the class.
Yeah, but the first semester is usually like we all have the same classes. Like the engineering, you don't get straight into engineering first semester. You're taking gen eds. And the class I was talking about was just chemistry. And I remember I was like, I've taken chemistry. I've taken AP chemistry, honors chemistry in high school. I don't really need to pay attention like that. I pay attention in class, but I was like, I don't need to study like that. And then the first test roll around, I'm doing the test. I'm like, yeah, confident in my answers. And you know, after you take the test, you discussing with your friends in the class, be like, yeah, what you get for question A? And then you be like, yeah, I got this, and they're like, yeah, I got that too. And then you're like, I probably got like a B plus. Good. Dude grades the test the next week, and the class I bombed the test. It was like a 40 class average. Class average like 45. And I'm like, how's the class average of 45? That's not even passing. And this is like when I really notice when they start implementing the curve, curves test. But still, I still bombed that test, 40, and it's below the 45 average. And I was like, bro, like what? I thought I got these questions right. I did the same study method that I've been doing since high school that allowed me to get accepted into college, right? But I had to switch it up. I had to start studying earlier. Go to office hours, which I never did.
Facts.
You have to
hold on before we get into that real quick to point back to what you said too, like with you getting that like bomb grade or whatever, right? And I probably got like a couple of those myself. I'm not gonna lie, but if you get that in like high school, like the teacher, if everyone fails a test, right, or even fails a quiz in the class, the teacher in high school is going to have a whole ass lecture about, oh, y'all need to study, y'all need to stop BSing in class, stop talking in class, blah blah blah.
They might scrap
in the college. Test what happened?
They might scrap the test too if everybody failed in high school.
Yeah. Professors, no, I'm not gonna say they don't give a fuck. I'm not even gonna lie. They don't care because to them it's like, yo, listen, you're paying a whole tuition, you're paying room and board. It's your responsibility as a growing adult to make sure that you use your time adequately to focus and study on the test, to look over the material, and to pay attention while you're in class, and to be in class on time. That's another thing. That's part of the time management too. You know what I'm saying? Being late to class frequently. I mean, even though the classes are longer, if you 20 minutes late to class on a regular basis, you're going to miss some shit because a lot of professors start immediately as soon as the time starts.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
But it also depends on the professor because I have had some professors where it's like a smaller class. So they see the people's faces every day and they'd be like, all right, I know you're not doing well in this class, or you're doing really well in this class. So I don't really have to press you like that. And as you go to office hours and get more familiar with the professor, you build like a relationship where they're like, all right, I want you to do well. This is only some professors. I want you to do well. So I'm going to try my best to help you out. I see you're actually putting in work to try to do good in this class. But that's not majority of professors in college. From my experience, that's not majority of professors in college.
Did you notice, like, for the professors that you did go to office hours for, it was usually in classes where you were struggling the most?
Well, I started in the beginning, I started going to office hours for those classes that I struggled in the most. But towards the end, I went to office hours for every single class, bro, because all them classes were hard. I ain't lying. All them classes were difficult.
You was like, I need some extra help for all this.
Yeah, because it's like it's engineering, and after like sophomore year, you really get into those courses, and all of them difficult. Some of them you might grasp, but yeah, I went to office hours for pretty much every class after that because I don't want to go through the experience like I got bombed the test first before I start putting extra effort and going to those office hours. But most of the time, I've seen other students go to office hours for the classes that they're not doing well in, which makes sense. You want to get better, so you go to the professor that's teaching you and anything else that could help you.
I really wish when I was younger in my college lifespan that I use office hours more, because I feel like I use it more so like my junior and senior year. Like I use it for my like accounting teacher and for classes like that, to where it wasn't really like, it was courses where I wasn't, you know, performing at my highest level, like, or class I was just kind of like wasn't that interested in, to be honest. But I wish, like, I think like freshmen especially need to utilize office hours as part of their daily, not daily routine, but part of their weekly routine, to tap in with the professor outside of class for like individual assistance on, like, okay, maybe I'm not understanding the material as well as I should be. You know what I'm saying? Because that's sometimes what it is. Like, you know, you get down on yourself in classes because like you feel like, damn, like, am I really like that like incompetent, or is it just like the material? But is or this material just is difficult, and sometimes it's just the fact of like the material isn't clicking for you, because the way you're the way like the way teachers teach or way professors teach in college is not always accessible to all different students. You know what I'm saying? Because students learn differently. So being able to use the office hours in a timely manner is a great way for you to try to understand the material better, so that you're able to do better on the you know, the midterm, do better on the final exam, and be able to get that B plus, you know, A minus that you're looking for to boost up that GPA.
Yeah, GPA is so important.
That's
So
a fact. What was your cumulative one?
3.1.
Mine was 2.9.
Yeah, it's the freshman year really messed me up, but
sophomore year messed me up. Freshman year was my best year. Sophomore year, my
freshman year should be your best year. I'm not gonna lie, freshman year should be your best.
100%. How did freshman year mess you up,
bro? My study habits. It took until
your
the second
lack of time management.
Yeah, and then like another thing is like managing. This is the first time I'm away from home. Mm-hmm. Like I went to. I'm talking about Buffalo, and
right.
I'm away from home, so I'm living by myself. There's parties every week. There's
now
parties midweek. Parties
midweek. Yes.
And then your
friends. See, that's the thing. When we say time management with college, we've been mainly talking about so far scholastically. We're talking like academically, like in terms of courses and stuff like that. And that's the first and foremost thing with time management. But let's get into this side now too. It's the social side, the real side, the social side of time management. You know what I'm saying? Like Hashim said, like, you know, you're away from home, you're dorming on campus, you know what I'm saying? You're around different people, a lot of mixedness going on. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to pop out Thirsty Thursdays.
Sure.
Thirsty Thursdays. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Hashim knows about Thirsty Thursdays. So
I didn't go out like that, but I've gone out.
This dude lying like a motherfucker.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And there's some weeks where I was like, I got to pick what day I'm going out. I'm only going out once. And it's hard in college where, like, say you have roommates. I always have roommates. And they're going out. They're like, yo, Hashim, pull up. I'm like, I got this and that next week. I don't know if I should. And everybody else is gone. So you go to the library hella empty. You by yourself.
That shit looks depressing. You're like, damn, I'm the only person in here. It's nighttime. Like,
I'm like, it's a Friday, and then sometimes there's not dorm parties, but there we have pregame like in their dorm, and you hear that, and you in your books, and you hear them having fun. And you're like, oh damn, bro,
I want to be part of.
Maybe I have to take a little break. Go there for like a couple hours and then wake up early the next morning and study. That's what I always said. There's sometimes I did do that, and it was horrible because I have to wake up the next morning early. But
tired of shit.
Yeah, but there's always. I feel like this is for everybody. The designated like study day is Sunday. Sunday,
Facts.
you get all your work done from the beginning of the day to the end of the day,
That's a
and it's
fact.
more. I always wish that I did my work like Friday, Saturday, so I could just relax Sunday, but that ain't never happened.
I've got a scenario.
Go ahead.
Hypothetical scenario for you to answer.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's been a grueling week for you. You know what I'm saying? Classes have been tough.
Yeah.
Probably took, you know what I'm saying? You preparing for a test next week, doing some studying. You know what I'm saying? Had a lot of homework.
We got
all
10
this, that, and the third.
We got 10 minutes, just by the way.
Copy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Cool. It's Thirsty Thursday. You just got out of your last class on Thursday. You know what I'm saying? It's middle of the day. You know what I'm saying? You've heard about a couple things, a couple parties, couple things, pop, whatever. You have a morning class Friday.
Morning class Friday. I ain't going out, bro. It depends who's gonna be there.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Like,
I was about to say, you about to lie right now?
I'm not about to lie, but it depends. If I have morning class, and depends on what class that was on Friday, then I wouldn't go out. Or I'll go out and I'll come back like 12:30 around, because I go to sleep. I'm a night owl, so I go to sleep like 2, 3 on a normal day. So if I go out, I'll come back like 1:30, 1, and that's just a normal night. You feel me? Now, if there's baddies there, and that's a little harder to resist.
Listen, there's a girl there that you've been scoping out for a week or so, a while. You know what I'm saying?
I can take a little.
For sure.
I could take a little break.
She's gonna be there.
I could take a little break to pull up a little. It's just a break. Everybody in college deserves a break. I had a grueling week, right? So I deserve this, and I'll start going hard the next day. I leave that for future Hashim. Those are future Hashim.
But present Hashim is gonna be trying to get the baddie.
No, I'm just gonna try and enjoy myself. That's the major. That's the major part. As long as you enjoy yourself.
You just tried to sugarcoat it. You literally just said, now if there's going to be baddies there, so you specifying that if there's attractive women or women that you are looking to try to, entertain, that you will be more willing to go out and take that break. So
no, there's no break. There's no air quotes in the break, bro. It's a real break. I deserve it.
You deserve it, but it's not a break. You taking a whole ass hiatus. Like you gonna be waking up tired as shit for the morning class. You're gonna be half asleep.
But it's a Friday, bro. It's basically the week's over.
The week's over.
The week's over, bro. It's a Friday. I don't even have that many classes on Friday.
I'm lucky enough. I never had Friday classes. I've only had Thursday. Like, and usually even my Thursday classes weren't like Thursday night. So I was able,
So I didn't go out. He was out every week.
Not necessarily. No, so that's not what I said.
He was every. Yeah, give me some. Yeah, bro. He was out every week.
Nah, you can have that.
I respect that, bro. And you was at Old West? You was out every week, bro.
First of all, your school is way more mixed here than mine. Don't do that. No. Yeah, no. Before you lie. All the upstate schools, PSA, all upstate schools are mixy as shit. Dub. UB, Buff State, Albany.
No, bro, look. You thinking Buff State, Albany, definitely. They wilding out there. Binghamton, I've been to Binghamton a couple times. They cool out there too. Buffalo, me personally, I had a select like group that I'll go to their parties. It's like basically the BSU, the African Student Association, Caribbean Association. Those are the same people that I partied with throughout, and then maybe sometimes like house parties randomly. But I went to frat parties. They ain't me. That's not
different.
Because you be going in basements and you can see like the boiler room, you see pipes all over the place. Nah, it ain't. And then it's brick too. And I have to go out with my big ass coat, but you don't want to go out in a big ass coat because
bubble coat and shit. You gotta hold it
because you gotta hold it when you get in because it's hot. So I just threw on Under Armour, like 2
you just
shirts,
conflicted. You just conflicted
and no coat. It was a struggle. I don't miss it. I don't miss that.
All right, so to start to wrap it up the episode. So for you, percentage wise, how would you say you should, or how did you manage your time between social and studying and like classwork? How did you between those two? What do you think the percentage was that you put time?
I have 2 different. So in Buffalo, I was obviously younger and more, I say, willing to go out, and didn't really hear that much about. I didn't know the weight of how like putting time into my schoolwork was. So I'll say in Buffalo, I did like 70% work and then 30% like being social and going out. And like towards the end and then into my like engineering degree in the second college, it was like 90% work, 10% going out. It depends on how you are as a person and how you think you are doing in a particular subject. So if you're really grasping a subject and you've been doing all the problems in class, all the homework is like really light for you, you don't have to worry that much about putting a lot of time in that, because there's gonna be times where you're gonna have 3 tests in a week, and you have to decide which class you want to put more effort in.
That's
or
a fact.
You're allowed to put more effort in. So you have to figure that out yourself, and it depends on you personally and how you're grasping the material. But I think a good range is like 85% work, 15% like play. You?
Me personally, I think I was probably like 80% work and like 20% play. Because for me, I didn't go to necessarily a lot of parties. I was more so like on Thursdays.
Yeah, people pulled up to your crib, right? Your dorm.
No, not my dorm. Hell nah. We pulled up to like we had this thing in freshman year called the HQ, and it was like we had like a couple people that dorm there that like, you know how everyone has their little crew, whatever. And like 2 people that was in the crew dorm there. So we were all like filtered there to like hang out, to, you know, drink. If people smoked.
Isn't it a dry campus, bro?
Listen, I graduated, so I don't give a damn. And I wasn't drinking, so I don't give a damn. I'm not saying no names. They know who they are. But yeah, underage drinking, yes, it was. I wasn't me, so
yeah.
But yeah, you know I don't drink.
The judge.
Yeah. Fuck you and your gavel. Anyway, yeah. So you know, but yeah, I didn't go to a lot of parties. I went to maybe it was a few like school sanctioned parties that were like in what was it called? I forgot the student union. Yeah. But you know, a couple times we went to like a club outside of the campus. But most of the time when I was like out or hanging out, it was in like another dorm room. Maybe I went to a different hall, but you know, for the most part, it was a lot of just chilling with the, you know, the same, you know, group of people, like 8 of us or whatever. A few girls that we were all cool with, and it was simple like that. But it was more so like staying up late and then going to the cafeteria early in the morning, getting that breakfast, you know what I'm saying? Getting that nice omelet and then sleeping the day away on Friday. You know what I'm saying? I miss those days. But, you know, most of the time it was just like, you know, I was going to class. I was doing like, you know what I'm saying? I was part of a couple clubs. You know what I mean? Just try to have a good balance because like we said, it's an experience. You know what I mean? You don't go to college just to study. You don't go to college just to get a piece of paper that says your name on it. You go there to grow as an individual and to understand the importance of time management into the professional world too. And like that transitioning is very essential to your growth, you know, and to your progress into real like adulthood. So, you know, have fun, but you know, focus on why you're there.
Yeah. So like always remember the reason why you actually are at the campus, like Bobby said.
Right.
A lot of people forget and they just get caught up in the moment.
Oh.
Another thing that I like that you said, you talked about clubs, and I forgot to mention earlier that you're gonna be, well, I know I was in a couple clubs, and it's good to go into clubs and get to know new people, fully experience college, but you also that's also placed into the time management aspect. Because now you have, say, if you hold a position in that club, like secretary, senator, president, now you have those responsibilities along with your schoolwork, along with like trying to be social with other people, and that's just added responsibility. So you gotta make sure you don't take too much on.
Was you part of the e-board of the club that you were part of?
Nesby, I was president and I was senator and treasurer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's definitely because you're in charge of like just kind of operating the entire club as a unit. You know what I'm saying? When you're part of the e-board. I was never part of the e-board because I didn't want to that added responsibility. But I was a part of 2 different clubs, and I could definitely agree with that idea, like you having to be a part of programs and meetings and stuff. Like, you know, it's an extracurricular activity, of course, so it's voluntary, but it is something that you should delve into just because, again, you're meeting new people, you're growing your, you know, mental capacity for certain ideas and stuff, certain ways of thinking. But you also have to take with that the fact that, you know, I mean, that's an extra hour or 2 hours of your time that you're not going to be able to study or that you're not going to be able to sleep, and you're going to have to put that energy towards that club in order for it to be at its fullest potential. So you have to, you know, be willing to take that sacrifice. A lot of college and when it comes to time management is just sacrifice. You know, what are you sacrificing? Are you sacrificing your studies? Are you sacrificing your studies for social time? Are you sacrificing your social for studying? Are you sacrificing a piece of both to be part of a club or a program? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you using office hours? Like, how are you divvying up? Because it's a lot of time. Like semesters, like I'd be looking at. When I look back at college, I don't look at it as like 4 years. I look at it as 8 semesters because every semester has its own, I guess, identity to it, for me at least. So whether you're part of clubs or, you know, even as one thing we didn't mention too briefly is like student athletes. You know, student athlete, you have to have a rigorous schedule, like in terms of practice, game film, you know what I'm saying? Like just
working out, early
working
class.
out. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying, be with the trainer and all these things like that, you know, possibly recovering from an injury. All these different things with your body and all these different things that you might have gone to college for on a scholarship, you have to do all of that as well as studying, as well as being in class, as well as preparing for tests. You know what I'm saying? It weighs on you. So you really have to make sure your mental within all this is somewhere at peace. And that's another thing that you really learn through the importance of having time management skills.
Yeah. And one more thing, like before we close, my advice is if you don't need to work while going to school, don't do it, bro. Like I've done like 2-3 jobs while going to college and holding like positions. It is not fun at all, bro.
That's where work study, for someone who did work study and have a job in college, work study definitely comes in handy for a nice little check. Because, you know, college, we're broke. So if you have work study available to you, you wasn't broke?
No, I was broke, but you a little too loud. A little too loud.
A little too loud for the people in the back. My fault.
Go ahead, yeah. They hear it loud and clear.
My bad, B. I'm just saying, though. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Work study does come in handy. You know what I'm saying? There's some on campus. You know what I'm saying? A nice little check. Ain't nothing too crazy, but you know what I'm saying? You don't have to do too much. You know what I'm saying?
It depends on what your work study is. So some people worked in the library, which is like perfect because you could just do your work.
Or if you I didn't do that, but yeah, that's a fact.
I worked in the gym.
Same.
You owe me tuition. Nah, I worked in the gym and I did my work in the gym. Like I just had to watch people work out and play basketball. I still did my work in the gym.
That's a fact. I think there was a couple times I came off of work study for like a few hours in a day, and then I was like, because I was at because the gym was right next to the weight room, and then there was another weight room down the hallway. So I would go from there, and then sometimes I would just go right to like shooting around, playing ball, whatever. So it was very convenient, you know what I'm saying? I just watched people sign in, check ID. It wasn't anything strenuous. Yeah, but you know, it's a nice little check I get like bi-weekly. And it came in handy, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers is broke in college. You know what I'm saying? And them points, they trickle away very quickly, especially when you be doing them late night runs. So, you know what I mean? All the college students who watch this, they know what we talking about. So,
yes, sir. You know. So I'm gonna wrap it up. You got any last statements?
In regards to the topic, just, you know what I mean? The importance of time management, even outside of college, because some people who are watching this, they graduated as well, or they're in grad school. Time management applies to just life in general. It applies to, you know what I'm saying, how you organize yourself, how you are prepared, whether it's for interviews or different things that you're into, you know what I'm saying? Like, timing is everything. That's always my belief. So utilize that you've learned and that you in the growing pains that you had in school and apply it to your actual life as an adult, because it will make sure that you are able to benefit from it at the best way possible.
Yeah, I agree. I say, like you said, use that. And a lot of people aren't in college right now that are watching this. Use schedule, as long as you schedule something out, like schedule your goals out. Like, I'm gonna do this by this time. I think it's a little motivating, especially when you hit those goals. It's like, all right, I'm progressing. I'm actually making steps towards where I'm gonna be in the future. So I think that's where organizing and time management really come into play. But this is the end of today's podcast.
Thank you for watching.
Yes, sir.
Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you comment any feedback. You know what I'm saying? We will interact in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? Like the video. Yes, coming those annoying YouTubers that's telling you to do all that good stuff, because it helps for the growth of our show.
Yeah. All right. And peace out. Peace out, baby.
And follow the IG.